Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited for the news I have to give to you today. But before we get to that news and before we get to our show, I want to give everyone a little present. You see, about 14 years ago, I made my acting debut on film, and we are going to see the trailer to that piece of work today. This is only for video listeners. Audio listeners won't even know that this part existed. I will start the video right now.
Hello, my name is Charlie. Hoy es miércoles.
Hoy es miércoles.
Time and place for the date, as well as directions to Laura's house.
I want him to ask me out.
I can help you get it, just be sure.
Did you know that Russ and Christy were going to date?
Of course I knew.
And you didn't do anything about it?
You didn't need to know.
Charlie, I need some advice.
Charlie, I've done something.
You better watch yourself, Jared.
I can live my own life.
It has come to my understanding that there are some things in your journal that are of severe nature.
Charlie, why did you do that?
Charlie!
If nobody tells me what I cannot see.
Want to tell me your side of the story? Then tell me, Jeff. Tell me your side of things. Tell me what really matters. Tell me! This ends now! Can I help you?
What are you doing?
Helping?
How did you know?
I'm Charlie. I just know. If you ever need me, I eat lunch at the Southern Breezeway. If I'm not there, I'm busy. Just wait.
Wow, you're on mute, Steve, but that was something.
Yeah, shout out to Steve being on mute.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I was close. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Finger Guns Comedy. You know who the fuck it is. It's Steve, it's Amelia, it's Edward, it's Ezra, and it is Denzel. How's everyone doing this week?
So that was I was doing great till I saw that video. That was 14 years ago today.
I'm sorry, really?
Were you in that trailer?
Yeah, I know exactly where he was. I know exactly where he was. He was in the very beginning shot of all the people passing him by. There's just one large shadow that walks by very quickly, and that was Steve's debut.
I'm sorry, really quick, because I was like still setting some things up. Is that thing that I already know that you did from years ago that you showed me?
So
Okay,
did
you guys ready to see me? You guys ready to see where I am?
Like, did they bring you on stage during it, or?
All right, right there. You see that person?
Oh my god!
Far left?
Oh yeah.
That's before he was fully big body, Steve.
Yeah,
That's
I was
not
in
full.
transition to big body.
Medium body.
Guys, it's a great day to be alive. I have a great great announcement, a big announcement, and we're gonna celebrate big. So right here in my hand is a bottle of Belgian ale. It is 10% alcohol. It is a very expensive bottle of beer because I have great news. And that news is that I am in the process of purchasing some land. I poured beer all over me. I purchasing some land in Scotland.
What the fuck?
And I am in the process of becoming a lord.
Oh my god. Lord Sotelo.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to playing video games. I'm just gonna go.
Amelia left.
Denzel
left. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna let you sort this one out.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do this. I'm just trying to you said process a lot, which really stuck with me because I'm trying to process this bit of you being a lord.
So what was there the process? So Telegang did it.
You're buying land in Scotland.
Yes.
Are you allowed
land in Scotland?
How much you have to pay?
For the land itself.
Yeah.
I
I'm sorry,
believe
just to cut you off. I fucking hate this scene with this cup. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I gotta jump back into it. That feels so right.
It's something about the cup that's making it so much more pretentious and douchebaggy that I'm really upset right now. You're buying this notion that you're buying land in fucking Scotland. I hate everything about this. See, like I took the time to really try and give you a good compliment before we came on. And somehow, Steve, in perfect Sotelo fashion, you have made me want to take away that compliment in the positive way that I made it. And you did that. Like you did this. You're responsible for this. Your stupid turtleneck, this retarded chain. I'm sorry, we can't say that. This ridiculous chain that you have.
What is it about the men of our podcast that loves that word?
Because you make us crazy. You know what it's like, Steve? You're like the how like men like to pick like put women in this box like they're all super crazy and they make us crazy because they don't do logical things and all this other crap that men make up. You make me like you're that. You embody that. Like everything that you are, just as your friend of almost a decade, as your brother, because how I look at you. You infuriate me to no fucking end. And I just want you to know that with love. And I hate everything about this. I said it. Rant over. I'm done.
So you don't appreciate the fact that soon enough you will know like royalty. I don't know
Are you buying a castle or are you buying like a peat bog?
I'm buying land in Scotland.
What's on the land?
How does that make you a lord?
It's a process in which I buy the piece of land from some like a family of royalty, and through that process, the prince of the land is going to name me a lord.
Prince of the land?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like he got some like sheep herder's son who's the chief of his little whatever it is in Scotland? It's just like, yeah, sure. This guy sounds legitimate. He sounds fancy. He's American.
Was this a version of a Nigerian prince email? How did this happen?
No. It's all very legitimate. I understand where the concern is of like, oh, this is snake oil or the Nigerian
concern. It's not a concern though. You're talking about a concern. Like we're like, oh my God, Steve, what are you doing? Is this legitimate? Are you investing your money improperly? No, we're all sitting here like, you fucking moron. What are you talking about right now?
I mean, it's like. I don't want to go that far. It's possible that this is just like a reasonable investment in some land that just happens to be in Scotland.
I love how positive Ezra always is.
Okay. I know. I'm like, Ezra, it's okay to shit on him. What he said was stupid.
Guys, I'm more than happy to answer all of the questions that you guys
Amelia, you know what else I hate about this whole scene in his little camera view? I hate this fucking ring. Something about this ring, I just noticed it, is sending me even further over the edge. Like, I'm just nitpicking everything oh my God, I hate you.
It's lordly ring. His kiss my ring, I'm a lord ring.
Ezra, you're such a great person on the inside, and I appreciate your positive nature, and I love it. I don't think you should ever change. But in this moment, I need you to dig deep down and find whatever small semblance of hate you have in your body and bring it to the surface to shit on Steven Sotelo for this ridiculous ass thing that he's brought to us today. This is how he opened the show, Ezra. He opened the show with this nonsense.
We have to get it out of the way. I want to move on.
We're gonna celebrate.
We're not gonna.
I think he's right. I think he's right. I think we should move on. Go ahead, Ezra, and then I want to put in one final bit, and then we can move on.
No, we're gonna talk about this a little bit.
Is trying to like embrace this regressive attitude that there should be lords and serfs. Okay, we're not going back to Scottish hierarchy here in America. This is 2020, and 2020 is bad, but it's not that bad. So get your lord ring off, get your lord chain off, and come back down here with the rest of us people here. Okay.
Can I say one thing real quick about the ring? Is that you guys don't talk about this ring? This is my grandpa's ring.
I kind of figured it was.
And
That's why I kept.
You can talk shit about this ring. It's my thumb ring.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
No. I figured what the ring is for, and I'm not taking back what I said. Like,
Well,
behold, scene as a collective, as your friend, as your brother. I hate everything about this put together. I also feel like I'm channeling whatever, like Amelia's not. I'm not allowing Amelia to get out because I'm on a ridiculous rant. I'm just channeling that as well.
Just like this, it really is, and you're grabbing it and you're just nailing it. So,
guys, I'm going to be a lord soon.
Ed, those are beautiful pearls that you're wearing. I just want to point that out, baby. Those are beautiful. Those are beautiful.
Listen, I got listen, I got a pro necklace. I'm evolving, man. I'm ascending to a higher plane of iconography.
Maybe Prince
but really
status.
Quickly, really quickly, I do want to give a quick shout out because Steve, you saying this about becoming a Scottish lord. I was watching something and then I was like doing some research on the internet. To pull the curtain back, I was watching a show called The Great Pretender. They mentioned someone called Edward VIII. Looked him up. He was the King of England for a short time, and I just started doing some little research. And then I came across this fabulous website called EstablishedTitles.com. And there's a beautiful thing where it's a Cyber Monday deal, everyone. And I want, if you're listening to this on a Monday somehow, which is today, I want you to go because you only got 17 hours remaining where you too can be a lord for only $50.
What?
You can be a lord for only $50, my friend. And listen, I'm reading off the website because I don't want to get anything wrong. So you get a little dedicated plot of land measuring 1 square foot, 5 square feet, or you can even do 10 square feet. You get a personalized. Listen, this is the best thing. You get a personalized title certificate with your name, or if you want to buy it for someone else, where you basically become a title owner. And let me even show you a picture. Like, look at this.
Oh my god, is this what you did, Steve?
Yeah.
How much land did you buy?
What?
How much land?
I bought 1 square foot. What the
1 square foot.
I've never been to Scotland. What do you think I'm doing? Buy 5 feet or 10 feet of land? Fuck that. I buy 1 square foot so I can become a lord. And it's $50. And guess what? It's not even that. It's that you buy one and you get one free. So I have another one that I can give to someone.
And you know who we're going to give it to? We're going to give it to a very good friend, Monica Lomas. Shout out to Monica Lomas once again. You're getting a piece of land.
I support that.
You're going to did she become a lord or a lordess?
No, a lady.
She's going to become a lord like the singer. It just ends with an E. Lord A of Scotland.
But guys, let's just talk about that real quick. It's a $50 joke. But that it's a joke that keeps on giving. I just told you guys I'm going to become a lord, and you guys lost your shit.
Yeah, we did.
So this is what we mean by like Steve being on brand of things. He spent $50 to prove a fucking joke to everyone.
Well, and $50 to get made fun of for 10 minutes.
I mean, listen, I support the joke in the sense that you went so far as to spend money on it. Like, for example, I once had a girlfriend not too long ago, and I remember I changed my name. I changed my name on Facebook to Steve Sotelo for a prank. And this was a very funny prank, in my opinion, and I don't regret it at all. It caused a lot of trouble within our inner circle, a lot of confusion, and I was very happy about it. It was a very good prank. Little did I remember that my anniversary was coming up. So on Facebook, it showed as Steve Sotelo and my girlfriend at the time, congratulations on your, third anniversary being together. And she was not happy with it.
She was
She was
very
not
mad.
happy. She liked Steve, but she was not happy that
She didn't like me like
her
that,
and
though. I
Steve
want,
were.
that, I want the record to be clear. She did
Mhm.
not like me like that. There was no like while she was with Edward,
Mhm.
Big Steven, who was 400 pounds,
Big surprise.
was not trying to go behind his one of his best friend's backs and holler at his girl.
I don't
So,
think
like I
that
said,
had
that's what I
anything
mean.
to
I
do with your
appreciate the
weight.
value of the
Yeah.
prank of the joke,
Yes.
even if it comes at an expense to your financial or personal well-being.
Can I
Did
just
you
say
do
something?
that?
Oh, go ahead, Amelia.
I'm just asking about the prank now because I remember during that time, I remember that
Mhm.
happened and you confused the shit out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do that prank specifically for the anniversary?
No, he just did it because
I did it because I thought it'd be
Okay.
fun. I ended up doing the same prank years later on Twitter to another friend of mine, a coworker of mine, which caused a lot of trouble for them as well.
I don't think
Luckily, I was
What's
not.
the prank? What do you do?
I changed my picture and my name to someone else,
Yeah.
and I start random conversations or I jump in conversations, and so they see, like they would see Steve instead of Edward saying, any sort of things, and they'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Steve?" And then let's say Steve hops in. There's two Steves now. It's like, oh, well, which Steve is which? Now I got to investigate deeper instead of just being like, oh, that's Edward saying something.
A classic
I mean,
Mystique situation.
Yeah, it's just a Mary Kate and Ashley situation, where Steve was both Mary Kate and Ashley, and I was Elizabeth Olsen. Just a little bit
The
of
best one.
Right, because Elizabeth Olsen is always pretending to be Mary and Kate on the internet.
Yeah,
I mean, every younger sibling they aspire to be like their older sibling. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
To put a pin
Definitely.
in Steven's joke, I will say the best part about this is Amelia has now so many possible clips that she can weave together in a very hilarious fashion. And
I
she
literally
just-
have.
she has a great fucking. Can we just take a second? I just want to acknowledge the fact that those clips, like the cuts, the put thing together, the zooming in on the fucking. I'm
That's
always
so
like,
good.
this is fucking good. This is what I want to see. This is great. I fucking love that.
What are you
That's why I
drinking?
say that.
yeah. What are you
Um,
doing?
Seltzer,
White Claw.
water, blood orange, and orange juice. Trader Joe's.
Hey, what's everyone drinking? I'm drinking my Golden Drock expensive beer. What is everyone else drinking?
Right, you told us we were going to be celebrating something, so we all got to just to pull back the curtain again, once again, because you know me, I love pulling back curtains. I'm the master of the pullback.
Yes.
The master of the pullout. Steve, he's all, listen, we're celebrating. Everyone get a drink. Steve, you have that golden drop. I have a Rosa Brothers strawberry milk, and I'm gonna go on record and saying I don't really like strawberry milk, but I was at the grocery store the other day, and I saw this collection of assorted milks and all beautiful different pastel colors. And you know me, I'm the pastel prince. And so I had to get one. And I ended up going with the strawberry because I figured if I like one of them, it'd be the strawberry. And then I'll come back and maybe I'll try the banana milk, so on and so forth. And I got to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised how good it is.
I've always thought that strawberry milk is disgusting, and I don't think I'm going to change my mind.
No, I agree with you since elementary school, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
Valley Vista. Fuck Valley Vista. Magnolia for life. All right. Ezra, what are you drinking?
Oh, okay. I'm drinking Kurosawa sake. I got it.
A gentleman's drink.
I got it the other night because I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I was thinking I want some Japanese food, and then I was thinking I just saved a sake distillery or brewery. I deserve a little sake myself.
I know what part you're talking about. I know
And
exactly what part you're talking about.
Denzel, what's that fancy drink you got there?
I mean, it's not really fancy. It's just Douce orange juice and a little bit of Coke. A little thing that I just want to see if I can, how I like the taste of that.
A little bit of cocaine. I appreciate that.
Exactly.
All right, so everyone before
wait, I'm sorry. Is that actually orange juice and Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Is that good?
They have an orange flavored Coke.
Again, they do. They do.
Yeah. It might be orange vanilla. Let me retract that. It might be orange vanilla. I'm not 1,000% sure.
And you could have both. It could be both. There's like a million Coke flavors. To answer your question, Ezra, yes, it is good, but like the strongest, the base of it is the alcohol, which is kind of overpowering.
Okay.
Yeah, because the alcohol is that the orange juice is there as a little bit of a tart, and then the Coke is like the fizzle. It brings it all together. I'm an alcoholic. I don't know if all of you are aware of this. I know Ed and Steve are, but like I have a problem.
Oh.
I'm right there with you. And speaking of alcoholism, with this celebration of me becoming a lord, I'm gonna let you guys know that I'm going to drink this entire bottle of highly alcohol concentrated beer, and I'm going like already I'm very tipsy, and we're 20 minutes in. So maybe at 45 minutes in, I'm gonna be completely trashed, and that's where I'm going to have the most fun. But until then, I've been wanting to hear something for about maybe 3 months now, and I'm going to I'm going to give this opportunity to Amelia and Denzel and Ezra and Edward.
Is it time?
Because you guys are.
Is it time? I'm not ready, but let me pull up my list.
I don't know what's happening. What are we?
Oh, are you trying to have the? Oh, that just.
I wanted to have that. So, for everyone listening out there, we are like the Finger Guns Comedy Crew is a family. We talk about things all the time, and one of those things that is discussed almost every week is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, that's not the one I thought we were doing. Okay, let's
No.
Well, that's what did you think? I mean,
Anime
what were you thinking?
I thought we were talking about our anime boys.
No.
Oh yeah, no.
Of the show to do that too. But
I need time to pick a top 5.
It's entirely time now for us to basically exclude most of our audience who's never listened to or who's never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar: The Legend of Korra. But for those who've never listened to it, or I'm sorry, I'm saying listen to it. This is how you can tell I'm very tipsy at this point.
Introduce this.
Yeah. Does anyone want to take the reins on this? Because I'm.
So basically, Steve, what you're trying, you want to finally have the argument, and like you said, exclude everyone who's never really seen Airbender or Legend of Korra, who don't know what the fuck we're going to be talking about, and have this argument and just kind of talk about which one's better. It's not even which one's better. Our arguments aren't really about which one is better. If I remember correctly, Amelia's is that it's not that Legend of Korra is not garbage and that it's on par with Airbender. And I think Ezra supported that statement.
But yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. But yeah, that's kind of where we were going. And I don't even, again, I still think Amelia needed preparation for this a little bit more. You've kind of handicapped her at the moment because I don't even know how much.
Handicapped her, or do you think I might have told her in advance that we were doing this?
I mean, based on her reaction, I'm gonna say no. Because while I don't think Amelia's gonna like. I think Amelia is great at in all the sketches and stuff that we do, but that genuine like surprise that she exuded, I don't think she was prepared at all.
I was ready to talk about my anime boys. I've said this.
No, I mean, I don't mind switching it to this.
Amelia,
well, if we're not ready, I would like to segue on the handicap due to that, if it's possible. If it's possible, if we're not all ready to discuss either Anime Boys or The Legend of Korra and The Last Airbender, I would like to sidestep the conversation a little bit.
Okay.
Because this Saturday we saw the return of Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. to the boxing ring.
I don't know about this.
You didn't see.
No. So Ezra, Mike Tyson. I assume you know who Mike Tyson is.
Remind me that I have to send you links to stuff because I want you to be up to date with Jake Paul knocking the fuck out of Nate Robinson.
Yeah, so for those who don't know,
I saw something about Nate Robinson on Twitter, but I don't know what it was.
Okay, so Nate Robinson, ex NBA basketball player, the only three-time NBA slam dunk champion, nicknamed Kryptonite after he beat Dwight Howard, who pretended to be Superman. He ended up in a boxing ring for a charity match against, YouTube sensation and the so-called the self-called problem child,
An all-around douchebag.
and they were scheduled to go, I believe, in 8 rounds. And Jake Paul beat him after he beat him in the first round. It went an extra round, but Nate was done after the first round, and he absolutely cratered Nate Robinson into the mat. He not only, it wasn't just one loss he took. Nate took like 2 or 3 L's.
Oh my God, he took all of them. He didn't take 1, 2, or 3 or 4. He took all of them because throughout the entire time, he was the one who was starting the shit talking. Then he came out with the Knicks themed boxing shorts, which is another L.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up because the New York Knicks are the worst run franchise in NBA, maybe in NBA history, to be completely honest. And out of all the teams that Nate could have chosen to represent at the boxing match, he chose the New York Knicks. And I mean, touche, Nate Robinson, touche.
What?
Nate Robinson, touche. I don't know what's happening. What are you?
Steve's losing it.
Controls.
Yeah, I'm a little mischievous, bitch.
Wow.
I've officially hit
college
drunk state. I'm very drunk on. So don't even.
Wait. Steve, you shut your mouth for a second. Ezra, you went to college with Nate Robinson?
I mean, he was there for one of the years I was there.
Get the fuck out of here! What?
I went to University of Washington. Nate Robb was there. It was
Nate Robb.
Never met him. But man, we got along.
I
get it.
We were dogs. Well, that's what it's called. We're
You guys were dogs.
I went to. I know exactly what you mean, and let me prove that because I went to community college. I went to a community college in the Bay Area where they imported overseas basketball players who were never gonna go pro, but they made them seem like they might have a chance to. And I met a ton of them. I did a ton of scenes with them in our acting for camera class because that was the easiest elective to take, and they all took it. So if Yujiro is watching, if Ashley Stevens is watching, if Anton Miller, if you're watching, Kingo Ringo, if you're watching, Kingo Ringo, who by the way joined Ohlone at an astounding 33 years old, I believe, and they pretended he was 19, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I love you all. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all doing well.
I'm gonna say I didn't know that Nate Robinson had done the whole shorts things. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't really keeping up with any of the shenanigans that didn't have anything to do with Mike Tyson and Roy, but I did not know that he chose the Knicks. Had I known that he chose that as a team to help promote the fight, it's oh, you're definitely gonna lose because the Knicks have been literally the definition of awful my entire life, and they were bad before I was alive. So that's impressive that he kind of just set up his own doom like that.
He had so many different good shorts to choose from too. Nate Robb played for a lot of different teams. He could have worn Celtic shorts,
He should have only have worn Celtic shorts because the Knicks.
Right.
What was that? What was that an impression of?
And what was that? What was that?
What was that an impression of, Steve?
Larry David music.
I had an idea in my mind. I don't know if it works to anyone else, but it was Soulja Boy when he was talking about Drake.
I assume that's what it was.
Aubrey, the guy who stole my lyrics.
Stole my flow, I believe he says, right?
Yeah, he did say that. You're right. I'm sorry. I drank a whole entire bottle of expensive beer that was in a wine bottle, and I'm almost done with it. And so by the time I finish it, it's going to be a bad situation for us.
Can I ask the room a question?
Yeah, please.
I would love it.
Wait, what?
Just kind of based off of Steve's current mental state. What that you guys can remember? Now, this is the caveat to this. What is the drunkest that you have ever been? Like, were you in a like if you were kind of in a public setting? Like, can you recall possibly like the drunkest you've ever been?
Yeah. Yes, and I mean the caveat being that you can remember, right?
Yeah.
I remember every one of them. Every one of them, I've remembered how drunk I've been and the level it's been at. And I can give you the answer, but I want to hear everyone except for Ezra, because Ezra, his answer is right now.
Right now, you think this is the drunkest I've ever been?
I've ever been.
Okay. Anyways,
what?
The caveat being the drunkest I remember, right?
Let the hate build, Ezra.
Steve?
No.
Oh. Sorry.
No. But let the hate build, Ezra. I see the hate building.
Okay.
Let it build.
I'll find a better rant than my earlier one. I promise.
Like a harpoon.
I mean, I'm struggling to come up with an exact answer because
you guys, I can start it off if you guys need a little bit. Like, if I know it's kind of a hard. For me, it's really cliche, but for me, honestly, it was my 21st birthday. I didn't go to Vegas or anything like that because I don't know. Growing up, I went to Vegas a lot, so the idea of going all the way out there just to get drunk didn't really excite me. So I did what every young 21-year-old would do, and I threw a massive house party. And when I tell you that entire party, I didn't have a cup in my hand at any point. It was straight bottle action. I was drinking out of it started off with Belvedere. From Belvedere, it went to, well, for whatever reason, Sky, and then it was Hennessy, and then it was I think we had some, I think it might have been another bottle of Belvedere. But what really sent me over the edge is I played beer pong after all of that. And for whatever reason, even though I was drunk as shit, my friends, the people who care and love me, let me play like 15 games of beer pong. Mm-hmm. And I'm over exaggerating a little bit. It might have been like 10, but I was winning. And when I woke up next morning, I'm like, why didn't anyone stop me? Now, mind you, I've never had a hangover in my life. I was drunk as shit, blacked out. It was 4 hours of that time. I know that I didn't remember. It came back to me later, but that next day, it was 4 hours of my life that night that I did not remember. But when I asked my friends, hey, why didn't anyone stop me? Because my hands were hurting the next day. They're like, yeah, you kept clapping every time you like made a cup because you were winning. I said, why didn't you stop me? You were winning. No, that was the logic that everyone gave me. And I'm honestly gonna go
into that.
What?
I'm gonna say I'm a little butthurt because so
go ahead.
I've known Denzel for almost 10 years, and I did not get an invite to this party.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true though.
No, because I would have been there.
No, not necessarily. No, I don't know if that's true that you didn't get an invite.
Old saying of of being invited to the cookout. You know, obviously you weren't invited. And it was for a reason. I mean, listen, if Denzel was turning 21 tomorrow, I'm sure you'd get an invite. The relationship is built, you know. Maybe back then it wasn't built. Back then maybe you weren't invited to the cookout because they knew you were going to eat all the food. You were 400 pounds. But now you have a little bit more restraint. You know, you're more available to go places and not become a menace essentially. I'm sure you'd get an invite now. Am I right, Denzel?
Yeah, but I also think it has something to do with Steve had some sort of accident around that time.
Yeah,
and he wasn't driving. He wasn't like driving on freeways at the time, and as he likes to bang so heavily with all of us, Steve is from Upland, so that's not Moreno Valley where I lived at. So I think if I remember correctly, you're trying to make me sound a little bit.
I lived a little bit more harshly, like wondering whether I was going to get got that day or whether my day was going to come, because as everyone knows, I rep sets and my set is UL, the upland.
Let it fly, Amelia. Let it
Coming out of Steve's mouth
It
right now.
hurts.
Upland.
let it out.
It
Ezra, let the
hurts.
hate build. Let it continue to build. Yes.
Upland.
Yes.
For so long, I've thought I knew what words were, but now Steve is making me question my own sanity, and I hate it.
Yes. Go. Keep
You know
going.
what it is that you've never met anyone more real. And so when you get that dose of reality, sorry, I'm not Lena Dunham. I'm not girls on HBO, all manufactured and shit. I'm fucking Upland UL, and I'm the fucking prince of it.
I really wish you guys were friends with Steve during his Socello days.
I think
When
I was.
he
Tell us about it.
there's one in particular where he was trying to pick somebody up that I'm not going to go into the story because it sounds a little bit rude. But
Great start. Already believe you.
Let's talk.
You want to. Okay, we can go into it. So we were at. I think Ed, you were definitely there because that was.
He
anyway,
was not.
Ed was definitely at this one. I'm pretty
No.
sure Ed was at this one. Anyway,
Was
Steve.
it the downtown Fullerton story?
No, it's not opera.
Okay.
It's not. Oh man! Wow! In 2020, that sounds so douchey.
You said
to say.
operation. You said
Yeah.
operation, and I think I know exactly what the next words were going to be. I'm not going to say them, but I think I remember that story as well.
You do. No, so Steve was super. I don't know. Maybe Ed wasn't, but this was at the house, and I feel like you are because it was a birthday. It was the same night of someone's birthday that we were celebrating. But Steve was. Yeah, I think it was. But Steve was super drunk. When I tell you super drunk, I mean Steve was drunk. And I still have a video of this in my computer. It's so I'm gonna send it to you guys later. Sorry for everyone who's listening or watching. You don't get this little bit of content.
This whole episode. Keep going.
But this girl, she was a fluffy girl. She was a BBW, as you would, a big beautiful woman. And Steve was trying to pick her up. Steve was trying to pick her up, not in like a hey, you're cute sort of way, but like he was physically trying to pick this woman up. And on attempt number 3 that failed, by the way, she was like, you can't do it. You can't do it. He goes, no. I picked up my friend Sean before, and he weighs like way more than you. And she goes, how much more? He's like, a couple pounds. And like, like I'm standing over there with one of my buddy, our friend Lamar's, and we're just like, what the fuck? Did he just still call this woman huge? Like, and no one's realizing it. It was really bad. He also almost fell in the pool. I want to point that out, trying to pick her up, and that's just one of the great many drunk Steve stories I have. But that one,
tell everyone that. So when I was 400 pounds, one of the phases that I went through was picking feats of strength. So
important.
Do you remember this?
Aspect of
yeah, no. Usually I would pick up multiple people and like piggyback them around the house so that everyone saw that, like, no, I'm stronger than you think I am. This is proof. But because I saw basically what was the treasure chest of strength, which was picking up this large woman, she ended up telling me that she was like 350. And I was like, yeah, I can't pick that up. I asked her to get up like elevated so I could maybe like use my thigh muscles, but like it didn't end up working, and I ended up just like doing the rest of the party, which was also drama filled, but that's like for another podcast because
was this so
I don't want to.
This was
Yeah,
Sochella.
this
For people that don't know,
Is Sochella something
this
about Coachella?
yeah, but
Yeah.
it was at Steve's house. But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Ed was definitely there because Ed
Yeah, I got
knows
in
about
trouble.
this drama.
Oh, so it's a
Ed
party.
got in trouble. Ed
Coachella.
got in trouble
Yeah, I got in trouble that night.
for doing nothing. By the way, absolutely nothing.
I got in a lot of trouble that night.
With Steve or?
No, with
I'm fishing for details.
with Steve's friend's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not actual girls, but like friends
But
with
that
who were
was
girls.
No, I've
Yeah,
been
no.
single forever.
Steve's friend's
No.
female friend.
Yeah, but that wasn't like it was his girlfriend, but it wasn't like a known thing to everyone that it was his girlfriend.
Okay,
like
so you
they
were
were
like,
together, but they
His girl, if you will, whatever.
no. I'm saying that
Nah.
because that matters in the story. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's a big overall thing. But yeah, anyway, Ed.
Yeah, I mean, we can go into the details of it all, but if we just want to go on with the regular question of when the drunkest
Yeah.
you've ever been, I'd gladly go into that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at this point we're just sidestepping into other sidesteps. I mean, like I said earlier, it's kind of like a troublesome topic, not a troublesome topic, but it's kind of like a tough topic to answer, a tough question to answer, because there have been moments in my life where, you know, maybe I've been too drunk and it's like, and looking back on it, it's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. It's kind of illegal. Or there's been times where like where I've been drunk and it's like, oh, you remember half of it, and then there's a like an hour or two of your memory that's missing, and then you remember the rest of the night. So yeah, it's tough for me to choose exactly one moment of where I was the drunkest. But I'd like to go into my 21st celebration as well, because Steve was also not invited, and I'd rather get that out of the way. But I turned 21 and I spent it in a garage, I believe. I spent it in a garage with a couple of my closest friends, and we're playing beer pong also, actually.
Great game.
And
Surprise.
you know what? Let me just go ahead and say this. We go on here, we talk a lot of shit, we brag about a lot. I'm gonna go on the record and saying I'm a top 5 beer pong player, dead or alive.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm a top 5 beer pong player, dead or alive. You can quote me on that. It's what it is.
It's a truly bold claim.
Do you check elbows? Elbows?
That
You check
includes, like,
elbows?
Steph
You
Curry,
always check. I always check my elbows. I always check my elbows. If my opponents don't, I let them go on with it, because I'm nigh unbeatable with the right partner. With the right partner, I'm very good on my own, but with a partner that I have a connection with, I'm nigh unbeatable. And if the other person, if the opponent are like, you know, their elbows are over the table, or they're not playing accordance to the rules because they're just having fun, they're too drunk or whatever, I let it slide, because in the back of my head, I know you're fucking toast, kid. Either way, you're fucking toast. No, but my 21st, I spent it surrounded by friends. It was a beautiful thing in a garage of a person I had just met that day. It was a beautiful thing. I don't remember it. I know I was there, but I remember going home eventually and then waking up in bed. And that's about it. It was a beautiful ceremony, though. It's a beautiful ceremony.
Birthday, yeah. Sorry if this is uncouth, but were you alone in bed, or were you like? Is that where that story was, or were you with? Was the story that you were with this person you met, or just
No. I was in the garage of a person I had just met that night. I ended up in my own bed at the end of the night.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I wasn't sure.
You know, the chef's kiss. You know, you ask me for details, I oblige.
Yeah.
You know, like I said earlier, I'm the pastel prince, but you know, I'm also the Pied Piper of providing details. You know.
Yeah, all the snakes follow you. Amelia, do you want to go, or should I?
I think you should go.
Okay. So my college years with Nate Robinson, for one of them, were we were drunk assholes. I'll say it. My crew was shitty. But I love them. Yeah. Also, during this time, I had my 21st birthday, and unfortunately, Steve was not invited. I did not know him yet.
Stop it uninviting me or not inviting me.
Sorry, man. I would have if I knew you. None of you were, unfortunately. I mean, I did it.
This is true.
out, but just in theory. I don't know what that meant. It's okay. So, but the drunkest night was for sure the first time we did what became known as a lock-in, which is we'd host a party. For the party, I lived with 11 dudes, and in this 7-bedroom house that was the perfect layout for a party because it had like the stairs in the middle, and then the first floor was just like all around the staircase, So it was like this huge party house. Very, very cool. Very good way to do college if you're not trying to like study and learn. So the first time we did a lock-in, we didn't really know how to do it right because we were dumb idiots. So the rules were 3 people per a half gallon of vodka, and there were 11 people in the house, but we had 15 people in this room locked in before the party. Like the party was supposed to start at 9. We started this at 8. We had to finish a half gallon between 3 people in an hour before this party could start. So obviously I don't remember the party at all. But that was for sure the drunkest I've ever been. I remember at the end of the night, like when things started coming back, we had moved from the half gallons that we were drinking to our cache of Four Locos, which we still had the original Four Locos because we like.
My God!
So when they went out of when like Four Locos got on the shelf, we had hoarded them, and so we had like broke into our original cache of Four Locos. I really don't know much from like 9 p.m. to probably 4 a.m., but from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. we were wired. We were playing FIFA with the windows open, just like yelling at the screen. And eventually at 7 a.m. our neighbor, Father Funk, shout out to Father Funk, a weird old man who said he was a priest. I don't know.
And you'll never
know. Father Funk yelled at us for like like it felt like an hour to shut the fuck up because it was 7 a.m. and we were still screaming about FIFA. And yeah, a couple of controllers got thrown out the window that night. That was a norm on our part. Xbox controllers just flying.
Great. So fucking great. Father Funk. That's dope.
Father Funk's a top 5 name that's been said on this podcast.
Oh man,
1,000%.
I haven't thought about him in so long. He had this little dog. I gotta find out the dog's name. I gotta ask the bros. This little dog, he would always take it out for walks, but he would walk it like into our yard to poop and then go back to his house. And we're like, dude,
beautiful.
We weren't doing anything. We weren't
Father of Funk. Father Funk. That sounds just like something he'd do.
I want to say that I'm so like the part of that story that excited me the most that you had the original Four Locos, and like if you weren't a heathen back when like those were in circulation. Jesus Christ, those were some beverages.
Yeah. Can I make a controversial statement? I think I'm going to do it anyways. I asked just for politeness, but I was going to do it either way. I think if you drank, if you consumed any more than 5 of those, incredibly toxic and dangerous, like original Four Locos, I think you might be immune to the COVID. I think you might be immune to the coronavirus if you had enough of those Four Locos back in the day.
I haven't got it yet.
That's actually.
Listen, they took
like
them off
that.
the shelf for a reason.
I like that.
They took them off the shelf for a reason, and because they were dangerous.
Yeah,
dangerous.
they like people at this music festival in the Gorge called. Oh my God, it's escaping my mind. Sasquatch in Washington in the Gorge died from Four Locos. That's when they were like, "Hey," allegedly Four Locos, and that's when they're like, "Hey, I think we're done with these for the world." And naturally, me and my 20-year-old bros move was to buy as many as we possibly could.
That's a very smart move. That's a very smart move.
Hey, Amelia, I just want to question: were you? Because I think you're obviously younger than all of us. I think were you? Granted, it's not legal drinking age, but of an age where you had access to alcohol, where you could have drank the original Four Locos?
I was not. I didn't understand the hype of the Four Locos until literally right now.
Bless your heart.
Good for you. Because like those were dangerous. Like I don't know what they were bad. What's so bad though is that we knew that they were all bad, but like when they brought them back years later, like the disappointment in
They were
drinking
not
them
the
and being
same.
like,
Oh,
these are not it.
oh,
Nope.
oh, the absolute.
It was it was so bad, but good for you that you missed that, because those beverages were
point of
dangerous.
my story is that a bunch of dudes who drank too much hard alcohol at 9 were able to stay up till 8 a.m. because of Four Loko. Like
That's
that,
great.
like
Oh
we should have
shit!
been dead asleep at like by 2 a.m. for sure.
Because didn't they
Kinda
have
like-
some?
Kind of like how Steve is right now. Hold on, can we?
No, he's
I'm
Oh,
I'm doing
damn
my
it!
face stuff right now.
I assume he's checking his lordship email to see when it's gonna come in.
It
What's
will
your-
come soon, but I'm doing my Facebook sharing stuff so that we get like viewers on our
At this
video.
point,
bullshit.
Halfway through, almost.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you
At
do
the
you,
end,
boo
We're
boo.
We're at-
51
Amelia,
minutes.
yeah, Amelia, you know, let's hear your story and then
Yeah,
we can, and then we
Amelia,
can
let's
finish
hear about your
promoting
21st
it.
birthday.
It's actually, I think, kind of sad. I will say though,
oh, sad
I
one.
am a very well, not like sad, like you're gonna feel bad for me, but like
Okay.
whatever. There's an emotion that's gonna be felt, I guess.
I chose a
um,
fun. Perfect.
I will say the type of drinker that I am is a very observant one, and I just have a preference of not drinking heavily when I don't feel safe.
That's
So
smart.
a lot of the times when I would go out with like Steve or with like any of the coworkers that I met in my last job, I would have one drink and that's it, because it would be like in downtown LA or it'd be in like West Hollywood, and that just for me was like, nope, I'm here watching. The one time that I did feel like I got like, I wouldn't even say blackout drunk, because I remembered everything.
Yeah,
I remembered absolutely everything. I was still functional to like after drinking so much. I got up, took off my makeup, put my eyelashes away, took a full body shower, and went back to bed.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
and that happened this past birthday. So it was a
Were you with your
quarantine
family?
birthday.
no,
So with your family?
It was with a couple friends on Zoom, and we just played Jackbox Party.
and
And
I was
You?
invited to that. So fuck all.
yeah, he
of
was
the-
invited to that.
Hey,
Hey,
Unfortunately,
you know what, Steve? You don't get to take that opinion, like that stance with me. When I literally drove out to LA to watch you do a musical, when I don't like musicals, on my birthday.
Okay,
What
yeah,
musical was this?
you won.
That
What musical was
whatever. I feel like, were you working it, or was Lily working it, or was it
No,
Melanie?
it might have been me.
Was the assistant stage manager. It was me being suitless in a funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
Yes.
Because I was so busy. Like all the weekends, I was like, "Oh, I gotta do this show. I can't do anything." And like all through February, because his birthday is in the middle of February, so it's like
It's at the end of February.
Yeah, because you came on my birthday. Is it
No.
February 23rd?
25th, but you
Ah.
didn't know that I was coming, and that's like,
Yeah, you,
that's like,
yeah,
I
you
see.
texted
no,
me.
you didn't. You did not know that I was coming all the way up there
I
on your
got you
birthday.
free tickets. No.
No, I didn't get them through you.
Oh fuck. Sorry.
Man, this is good podcasting.
Oh, phenomenal.
It's throwing out all of the dirty laundry. I'm
It's
a
not
bad
really-
friend.
It's not.
And
He's
Zoe-
no, he's not. No, I'm not like this super ultimate friend. I just this position of that he wasn't invited. Like, bro, I drove all the way out to LA on my birthday to come watch you perform.
You absolutely
Yep.
did. And do you remember what we did afterwards?
I don't specifically. I know we went somewhere to eat. I just don't remember where.
We went to 85 degrees, or no, 38 degrees in
That's
Alhambra, California,
right.
which offers the greatest selection of tap beer.
It was
I'm
good too.
not going to advertise it.
Brought to you by 38 degrees.
Enough, at least.
Delicious tap beer in Alhambra, California.
Oh, hell, bro.
Yeah, no, fuck them.
It was a fun night. It was
Um,
definitely a fun night, though. That's for sure. I don't know why. Like, I like hearing about people's like super drunk escapades. It's like, I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
a bonding experience. I'm like, yeah, we
Yeah.
all did silly
Yeah.
things. Like, it's just fun. You know what else is sad? I thought about this as Amelia was talking. The fact that she was like, "You guys could probably think this is sad, but I'm not like a real big like the whole like you don't drink often." The fact that like you have to position that as a means that that's like not good when it's actually the smartest thing you could possibly do. It's like how fucking dare it? You don't. What do you mean you don't get drunk around strangers where you're not protected easily? That sounds awful. You
And I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's like a woman thing. Maybe it is, but like my dad raised me to be so observant. He's just like, hey,
Smart.
you're over here watching your, your cart, whatever. I'm over there down the street making sure like cars over here aren't passing you and getting in your lane too. So I mean, that's also how I was raised. And plus, like, I wasn't allowed to do anything as a teenager. When I wanted to go to kickbacks and when I thought I wanted to handle weed for the first time, my mom's like, nope, your ass needs to be here as soon as school gets out. And then so I lost the momentum of like wanting to drink at such an early age. So by the time I was allowed to drink, it was just like, okay, whatever. I will say a top runner up was when I drank a whole bottle of wine and I was just playing Breath of the Wild. And it was a beautiful experience. It was amazing.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a man who's been roofied before. The way you do things is smart. It's a smart thing to do.
Mhm.
And I was roofied in what I thought was a safe place.
You're never safe. Never safe.
Like I was roofied in a space that I thought was. What's funny because like when I tell people this story, that's people's things like, "Oh my god, you're a victim," and I'm just like, it's fucking weird. It's like the weirdest because nothing happened to me. Because what happened was we were again another house party. We threw a lot of house parties, right? In like my super party heyday, and yeah, it's like I prefer house parties than going like to the club or really I prefer kickbacks and like small like gatherings of friends or even big ones where it's like we're drunk, but I was somewhere where I was going to be sleeping. So it's not like I had to drive anywhere else. I was going to be good there. But I was drinking and I made the mistake of putting my cup down. Again, I'm in a safe space. Like the home that I'm in is like my second home. Like was there all the time. I would crash during the weekends and all that. So I put my cup down, come back to it. I drink it. Now I'm a heavy drinker. Like I can drink a lot and not show that like I'm super drunk. Like I have a pretty high tolerance for it.
Yeah.
So when my buddy Drayon realized that I was way more drunk off of 2 drinks than I should have been, he looked at me and he tells me, he told me the story back because I don't remember this. He's like, I asked you what day it was and you thought it was like a completely different year. Like I thought it was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what time it was, like when it was in terms of like time. I had no clue. So what he did is he took me back into his room, locked the door, put me in bed. I did the whole wake up thing, like where the fuck am I? And then realized where I was. But like the funny part of this story is the girls that did it. One, I don't understand the mind state. Like, why would you roofie? This is gonna sound fucked up. But why would you roofie a dude? Like, what were you trying to get out of me that like the roofie was going to be your solution to make that happen? Nevertheless,
hold on. Sorry, go ahead.
Trying to like take you hostage and then do like a body swap thing and like, you ever consider that maybe they were space aliens trying to take your body?
I mean, I've never considered that because I don't think I'm that cool. You know what I mean? So I've never like, I don't know. But I'll say that we knew the girls who did it, right? So obviously they got kicked out that same party. Here's the boldness, and this is someone like me who has a fucked up sense of humor. We threw a party again the next weekend. No, not even next weekend. The next day, because we would do like weekend things. So if this happened Friday, we were doubling back, and we're gonna do it again on Saturday. Saturday rolls around. Next night, who rolls into the party? Those girls.
Oh,
like they didn't just drug me the night before, and I'm just like, you can't be here. Like this is not. Like, why did you think this was okay? Well, no, I was like, no. Like they almost got beat up. It was a big thing. But I found the boldness to come back the next night after being kicked out the previous night, I found to be like really great. I don't know why, but it was just really funny to me. And I guess this story does sound a lot like scarier
Yeah, you got roofied.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. And then they came back
By
Oh,
aliens.
shit.
Let's not forget
They were aliens.
No, but for real, that's fucking scary. I mean, I thought my story of like this dude, there was this dude, I can't remember his name, and it's probably good because I don't need to say his name on the show, but he would come to our parties sometimes, and then one time he just took eggs out of our fridge. He was like, I don't have any food at home, so I was just going to take some eggs from you. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, can I just have some? I'm like, maybe if you asked before, you just took them. And he's like, nobody really knew. And we kicked him out of the party. And then the next night he came back and he went for salami out of the fridge. And we're like, what the fuck, man? No, I don't remember his name. I wish I did. I thought that was bad. But yeah, roofies is like next level.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we all have like a horror story.
About roofies? No,
Good, Amelia. I'm glad.
like,
I'm glad that you don't. I'm glad that you don't. Continue to only drink in safe environments.
Yeah.
If I can't play Breath of the Wild, I'm not safe. That's
Also, drunk off wine is such a fun drunk. Like,
Well, it depends on
real-
the type of drunk that you are, or like the type of wine. Because red will make you sleepy, but like white is like such an upper. It's why
Yeah, it was
I keep
white.
the most white wine in my apartment, and I only have 2 bottles of red, and that's for the girls who are like, I think that are like more fancier. I will give them the red wine so that they know that they're like, okay, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna have a nice, esteemed night. But the white comes out when I'm trying to turn up.
I've never really like that. Wine's not my go-to turn up, but hey,
Steve, you look and sound like you drank a whole bottle of red wine.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, all right. So I'm a full bottle of my fancy beer in, and then I drank 2 additional beers that are like in the same category of type of beer. But I'm just having a good time with my people.
I just thought of another random question. Like, is it popping it? Like everyone has a kind of like a drink of choice that they could probably drink like all the time, even if it gets other people drunk. You're pretty solid on it.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, I drink a lot of hard alcohol. Like, that's my bag. I enjoy it. But it's something about beer that gets me drunk super fast. Like, it gets me super drunk, and it means that like a whole. Like, I've done like a whole bottle of Hennessy and been fine. So I'm drunk, obviously.
Oh my God.
No.
But this is why I love the fact that you have college stories. I'm sure you have a horrible Hennessy, but like I've done that and been like good. You know what I mean? Like I don't have hangovers. I don't have horrible hangover stories where I drink a lot and then woke up feeling like shit. But like something about beer, I don't know if it's the carbonation. I don't know. I am weak. 2-3 beers and I am saucy. It's wild. It's like how women get like super drunk off mimosas. I'm like, which is basically juice, but they get
no, because it's also champagne. So let me all right. Let me go into why it's such a big deal. Because
I don't think
beer
you should.
and
no, I don't think you should. I don't think you should because
go.
Fine. Watch me in all of my glory. So beer and champagne both have carbonation, and carbonation allows the bubbles to travel the alcohol quicker into your bloodstream. And this is what I know about alcohol. And I needed to learn this information because at one point,
your little stomach.
No. Well, that too, but like when I was a big boy, I needed to know what was going to get me drunk faster, so that I don't have to drink all of the liquor at the house party. And what I learned was that if you bring your fancy high alcohol beer, you're going to get drunk quicker. Or if you drink a bottle of champagne or sparkling wine, you're going to get drunker than if you drink like straight like liquor because there's less of that and more of the wine or of the high alcohol content beer because the beer and the and the champagne or the sparkling wine have little bubbles that travel and force the alcohol into your bloodstream a lot quicker than regular liquor, which is why at this moment the beer is hitting me real good because I had started off with one 10% beer, and then I went to
Anything it's
two 7% beers, and I am very inebriated. But this is good for the listeners because the listeners like to see people at their worst, and I'm not at my worst because I am a lord now. If you had asked me uh, 10 years before, I was at my worst because I was not a lord. I was just drunk all the time. But now I have a turtleneck and I have a chain.
Has anybody ever had moonshine? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
No.
like real moonshine. Like
No.
The shit that leaves you blind?
It's the worst shit in the world. It's the worst. It's the worst shit in the world. I'm just gonna put that out there. Moonshine is awful. Like no one should drink that. And I think the people who drink that are psychopaths. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Steve,
we've heard of.
Go ahead, Amelia. No, I want to know what Amelia was gonna say. I really want to know what.
I think it's people who want to immerse themselves into the aesthetic of what people drank when they were told they couldn't drink. I think it's purely an aesthetic of people wanting to know how moonshine tasted.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like
my-
it's like
part of Civil
like
War
ass.
prohibition.
Straight ass.
Ezra.
Hold on. There's two things that happened. All I hear is Steve trying to talk, and then Ezra's just like ass.
No, it's the other way around. It was Steve saying ass, and Ezra trying to make a good prohibition joke.
I made a good joke, and Steve just said ass. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Ass.
I mean, you said it was a good joke, not me.
I did say it was a good joke. I thought it was.
No,
I thought it was.
I was pleased.
As you should be, Steve.
What
have you switched to? What have you?
I hope.
Are you drinking water? I hope so. I would love, and we would never do it. I'm sorry, like I'm on a tangent now. ADD full in effect. Maybe we should just do this and like play Among Us one day. But like, I want to be like super wasted on obviously in this quarantine on like. What are you saying, Steve?
I was gonna say drink more, and we can do this right fucking now because I'm fucking there.
On the show.
No.
This whole
I don't know. We need to end soon. It's already an hour.
Yeah, we gotta end soon.
No, because I could cut wherever I want, so it could be a lot. It could be a lot.
The live show has 3 viewers who are probably like, "When is this going to end?"
No.
Do we have any comments?
It's because they wanted to see me at my absolute worst, and guess what? You're not. You're not going to see my absolute worst because my absolute worst. I was the one person who didn't answer what was the drunkest. The drunkest was one of my friends' giving parties, in which I drank an entire bottle of sparkling wine in with like bottle in hand, and then at the end, one person told me at some point it was gone, and then you poured the bottle upside down to make sure that there was nothing left, like a cartoon. And that's how I knew I was very drunk. And guess what? They put me in bed.
That's nice.
They put on the thing that makes me feel right at home, which is the Netflix movie, or more like Netflix masterpiece. To all the boys I loved before. This was last year.
Yeah, I have a video of him giving someone a lap dance. If that's something we pique our interests in.
Oh my god!
Steve to tell it when I die. there's going to be so much stuff out there that gets released that people aren't going to miss me because they're always going to have me.
No.
And that's
I love
what
the arrogance that he thinks that like
I met you
Oh, here we go.
9 years ago. August 9 years ago. But I will tell you that you are going to carry my memory for the rest of your life.
Well, yeah, Steve, but see, this is not where like things are getting awkward because like now I
But
can't like
here's-
make a. Thank
Here's
you, Ed.
my
Go ahead.
response to that. Here's my response to that.
Yes.
Yes.
So? Like, so what? Like, you're gonna carry my memory on. So? Like, it doesn't fucking matter if you carry the memory or not. Like, are you friends with me right now? Are you down for me right now? And if you are, great, I'm down for you. And if you're not, that's fine. Memories. Everything's fine, babe.
It's the opportunity to know that someone that you know or you knew was a lord.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god! We gotta wrap this up now.
You're right, and with that, we're
I'll
wrapping it
begin
up.
with like this idea of like you wanted to have your legacy live on in our minds or whatever. Cool, Steve. But to have us remember you as your lord, I don't think so. I'm
Why?
gonna remember you as my
Why doesn't it work?
what?
I don't like this death, this empty inside stare
Head empty.
that we're getting. There's nothing going on in between those eyes. I just want you guys to know. It is empty. It's done. That shit has left the building. Steve, after this is over, is gonna crawl in the bed.
Yeah.
What?
Everyone go follow Steve at Steve_Sotelo. Sotelo Gang. I'm sorry. I know this is not the greatest sewing for you guys, but you know this is what you support. I still don't know like who's a part of Sotelo Gang, but I just want to keep making Steve feel like it's Sotelo Gang. But like, okay, sure, it's Steve, whatever. And if I knew how to control this, I would. But I feel like maybe we can just do this. I do know how to do that much. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do that much.
Keep going.
We're gonna do plug. Yeah, we're gonna do plugs. You can follow me at Sir Salamente on Instagram and Twitter. I tweet silly things. I have a good time. Come out, rock with me, enjoy your life. That's it. That's all I got, guys.
That's great, Amelia.
Oh, okay. Hey, you can definitely follow me on Instagram at Goddess de Amelia. You can also follow me on Twitter at Amelia Whistles. I realized that it would be easier to follow me at the same name, but I like drama, and now I'm giving it to you. So tough shit.
Thank you so much.
You know who it is. You can follow me at Monica Lomas. Monica, congratulations! You're on the show once again, and this time we're giving you the what was it? A 1 square foot piece of land in Scotland, and you become a lord, like everybody's favorite singer from a couple years ago, I think.
Honestly,
it's a good chunk.
As always, #Pog. As always, I'm the Pastel Prince. I'm the Pied Piper of providing details. I'm the Marquez of mullets. It's what it is, sweeties. It's what it is. You know, and I had more to say, but I think we should end it there. On my plugs, at least.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'll take it. I am at Ezra Party on Instagram, at Lester Pips as well. That's my show on Thursdays where I am a Doomsday Prepper from Louisiana. He does not understand Louisiana for real, but he tries to talk about it. It's fun. I have a good time. You would too. This has been a presentation of the Finger Guns Comedy Podcast Network. There's a bunch of shows on this channel. On Fridays at 7:00, there's a show called Fake News Fridays. Well, it's actually just called Fake News, but we have it there. On Wednesdays, there's one that I am having trouble finding a banner for, but it's called
the Movie Pass.
Movie
Pass. Thank you, Movie Pass.
Yeah,
it's very fun. And
Movie Pass. Ed and I don't care about our shows.
It's MoviePass, and I know because I'm a majority stock owner in the actual MoviePass Corporation, and I am not involved in this podcast, and I am in a tug of war with Adam Armacias over the. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, except for me being a fucking stock owner of MoviePass. Listen, I promise all of the listeners out there, all the viewers out there, I promise you, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna struggle for control with the board. I'm gonna bring MoviePass back to the American people because that's what we deserve. We deserve as a nation to drink, to make Four Locos dangerous again, and to have MoviePass back.
Absolutely, I love
It's
it.
your shit. Yeah.
Real quick,
Don't ignore that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Quick shout out to our missing brothers at Adam R. Mack and at Danny Dick Pics. They're fun follows as well. We'll have them back on the show at some point. And on that note, I mean, y'all, I'm bringing Steve back. This is a finger gun. Okay, I guess not.
Edward never picked the shit.
Follow Echo Finger Guns to find more of them. And with the views right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast. As always, we're gonna do the pew thing, right? Pew.
Hey, I